Oh, there's light music. That's really bad news. Is he gonna get PTSD? That'd be so interesting. Hey, there's no need for that. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben and today I'll be reacting to The Bad Batch Season 3 Episode 5. Now in the last episode it ended in kind of a good spot with them finally reuniting, but it ended with Wrecker and Hunter giving Crosshair really awful looks. So wondering what that's gonna be like. I mean, yes, they've been separated for a long time, but seeing Crosshair's story, it's very clear that the Batch are kind of in the wrong in that way. But Crosshair was basically abandoned. They didn't try to rescue him. The chip turned him. They knew about the chip. They still didn't try that hard to try and bring him back. So I am on Crosshair's side in that whole thing. I really don't want Hunter and Wrecker to be angry or annoyed at him. I want them to be back as a group, like in Clone Wars. Because like Tech is gone, so these are the only sort of original batches left. So I'm hoping that they can just get along. But yeah, just looking at where this series can like go and end, I'm just quite confused and interested about how it will work. In the back of my mind, I figured that maybe it would spend the entire season trying to get them all reunited again, and then they'd finally be reunited at the end and go to Pabu and live out the rest of their lives. That's not the case. So they are reunited. There's still plenty of episodes left. And now it's basically Hemlock hunting them down because he needs Omega. I mean, if they just went to Pabu, that kind of solves all their problems because then Hemlock just can't find them. So, I mean, he can't really find them now. They're in the Marauder. They're untrackable. So I'm very confused. I'm interested on where this can now go. But yeah, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe as it really does help the channel to grow. And if you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon. The link will be in the description. Over there, I'm uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. With that said, let's just dive on in. Okay, yeah, she got reunited with the doll. Amazing. Right, are you back on Pabu? If you're back on Pabu, I'm still wondering where this can go then. Because it's not like you can be tracked to here. Kind of it's just Hemlock in a very sticky situation.
Delivery from Shep and Liana.
Another one.
They're happy you're back.
Aww.
Where's Crosshair?
Love
He
it.
wasn't in the ship when we woke up. He's still adjusting.
Okay, I like that you're concerned those two don't... They seem better, but... And I get this is going to be very new. I'm assuming this episode is going to be dealing with just getting them all back on the same page. What's that look? There better not be animosity there. If they are angry at Crosshair, I'll be so annoyed. I want them to want to work with him. Oh, is he practicing with AZ?
Greetings, Omega.
Aww. Oh, and he took Badger too. I love this planet, it's so beautiful. Back with the hand thing.
Shep and Liana found you then.
Their ability to do so is uncanny.
You can't keep hiding. You need to talk to Hunter.
I'm not hiding. I'm training.
You're trying to judge whether or not you can still fight. Oh, okay, so is it... Oh, can that be fixed? Is that something you just have to live with now?
Sniper is more than just looking through a scope, reading the environment, knowing when you've got eyes on you.
Hunter and Wrecker? Yeah.
They don't trust me.
Give it time, but you will have to talk to them.
Yes, please, just get it over with. Talk to each other. Get back on the same page. Be like you were in Clone Wars.
Not sure it was a good idea to give Crosshair back his rifle. Omega trusts him. That's good enough for me.
You don't know what he's been through. As soon as you find out, there'll be no question of whether or not to trust him. What's that?
It's Echo!
Oh, Echo, good.
Your target success rate today was at 53%.
Oh,
Below your average.
yeah, that's really low. Oh, there's light music. That's really bad news. At least they're like very close to each other. That's good. Okay, so sort of everyone's back together. I'm still waiting to see Fee. I want to know what she's feeling with the whole tech thing.
Now hug for me.
It depends how good your intel is.
I mean, I get it. They've been against each other for a long time, but please just give him a chance. Give him a second chance.
Even Emery wasn't allowed access.
Emery.
She works for Hemlock. She's a clone, like us.
Yep, weird. Not in Clone Wars. Still a lot of secrets about that.
Anything else to add?
I was a prisoner. Not much to tell.
Yeah.
We need to know all we can before making any moves.
We have Nalisa's data pad, but it isn't working anymore.
Ah.
You can get it online. You should be able to pull more intel on Tantus.
Can I even find the location too?
Option will be a problem. Especially without tech.
Yeah. Okay, okay, yeah, they're actually going to talk about it. Please talk about it.
I know a facility. Remote. Understaffed.
The outpost.
Shouldn't be a problem to infiltrate.
The snowy place? It's gotta be the snow place, unless it's some new place.
We're finally together and you want to split us up?
We just got you back. I am not going to risk you getting captured again.
Okay, he's gonna be overprotective, that's damn.
But I left all those clones behind. I need to do this, Hunter.
Okay, I know where this is going. That she's gonna try and save all the clones, that's what it is. It's gonna be a giant war between Hemlock and Omega trying to rescue all the test subjects. Talk to each other. Oh, for crying out loud. Literally, Hunter is the one giving the looks. He's giving, like, the eyes. It's annoying.
You think I should stay behind too?
You're capable, but you are still a kid.
And she's the one that Hemlock is after the most.
I'm older than you are, little brother.
Feels so fit still, but, here.
Is that his uniform? They kept it.
Yeah. It never felt right to get rid of it.
Oh. Okay, great. Reckon making the first step. Good. Stop being all shady in the background. Come on, do something.
Minimal life signs, if any.
Yep, it's the snowy one. Okay. What happened? So what did they do here after Crosshair left? Oh, yeah, this place has been abandoned, hasn't it?
No heat signatures inside of the depots. And nothing on comms.
Are they actually going to learn what Crosshair went through here? If they did, that would make them trust. That would make them trust him so much more. Would have security logs, and would Hunter be able to see what he went through? That he killed the commander after Mayday died. That'd be amazing.
It does fit.
Ah, that looks better. And on the good side, I know what they're thinking. They're going to think they've been fighting that look. Is he going to get PTSD? That'd be so interesting.
Not abandoned entirely.
I didn't get daily intel briefings in my cell.
Yeah.
I get the feeling there's more to this place than you're saying.
Yeah, trauma. What is Batcher doing? Great, this stuff.
What are the sensors for?
Perimeter detection against local raiders.
Yeah.
Didn't think to warn us about these raiders before.
They weren't kind of a big deal.
They were all dealt with.
How do you know that?
Take a guess.
Yeah. Stop bickering.
Why don't you wait on the ship?
Hey, kill each other later. We're here for a reason.
Okay, I like this. It's just Hunter and Crosshair that are at each other's throats. The rest seem pretty okay with everything.
I said talk to him, not argue with him.
He started it.
I love this. Amiga's the one that's trying to mediate between them. It's amazing. She feels like the only adult here at the minute. Oh, yeah, Badger's just going to make short work of that. Okay, I love it. Badger's such a good part of the team. Looks so happy with itself. Can they bring... Oh, red button. Is there... so there is power here.
The power to this outpost has been nearly depleted by the sensor beacon.
Then we need to divert all power to this depot.
Yeah, great. So taking away from the sense, something's going to come. Are the raiders going to show up? I mean, I don't get what they would need to raid. The place is abandoned.
I guess it served its purpose.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
There's a lot more into that you don't realise. Look up the security logs, Hunter. See what he went through. He's going to get PTSD from this. Is he going to be okay? That's Mayday's helmet, isn't it? Yeah. Oh yeah, so the Empire took all the helmets off from the, like, how they were arranged? Oh, Crosshair, you're amazing. What do you think of that now, Hunter? Don't like that, so the raiders are gonna show up. Something's coming, something's moving through the ice. What else is here apart from the raiders? Please be fast, please.
There are even more clone prisoners on Tantus than we thought.
Okay, get all the information quickly. What are they looking at him for? It's not like he would know, he was just one of them. He wasn't able to have free access to the whole facility. Oh, great. Come on, pay attention to Batcher. What's happening?
Let them work it out. We have to finish this data transfer.
Yeah, but you also can't let them kill each other. And his eyesight is fine, so we should be able to spot whatever's coming. It's landed. Is that a different... What? That's a different sign. Great.
There's more you're not telling us, and I'm done waiting.
It's not a bad thing, it's trauma.
What did you do to finally get on the Empire's bad side? Betray them? Like you did with us?
Check the security logs, dummy. Someone's moving under the ice and is coming for the ship.
Medical records. I think this is all we're gonna get. At least, it's something.
And the ground shaking. No one's concerned. It's not Raiders, is it? It's something worse.
I don't think so. Tell me what changed. What happened?
Hey, there's no need for that. Do something he doesn't want to talk about. It's traumatic. Is that not like even considered by you?
Killed an Imperial officer.
There we go.
I did betray them after they betrayed me.
Yeah, because that's how he works.
And like this is all about me. I risked everything to send you that message.
He did.
She went through what she did because you failed. You're angry because she escaped with my help.
He's right. You can't argue with that. It's correct. No, great. Don't punch each other. Yeah, and you've been busy fighting that you haven't seen the ground shaking. What's coming? Oh, that isn't a Raider. What is it? What in the world? Oh, the ship. Get the perimeter back up. Oh, great. That's a giant ice worm. Are you sure the door will even do much? The thing was massive.
I guess we know what the perimeter sensors are meant to keep out.
Yeah. Do you have everything from the data pad? Can you turn the sensors back on?
We have to restore power to the sensor beacons.
Yeah. Did you get everything you could from the data pad?
We'll have to draw the creature beyond the sensors before they reboot.
Okay.
Or we'll be trapped inside the perimeter with them.
That's a good point.
I'll handle it.
Not alone.
Okay, this is good. They're gonna have to work together as a team. Good. Who's it gonna go after though? You still gotta worry about Batcher. Yeah, dude. Oh, it's underneath you. Oh. No, it's not underneath you, but where, what the? Is it making traps? And he's knocked out. Great. Crosshair, go down and save him.
Why is there always a huge monster?
Oh, I know, Weka. It's tunneling underneath everything. Everything's gonna fall up.
I'll follow the tunnel north. Find out. We'll track you from up here.
Everything's gonna fall down. Everything's gonna fall down. It's all gonna collapse.
Target spotted. It's right on your tail. About 100 meters and closing. Got it.
Okay, the shooting. I mean, it's a big target. And he missed. Okay, this is not good. It's a huge target. And you're still missing it. Now, shoot. You know, this would be a great episode for you to get over the whole shooting thing if it is like a response to trauma.
I think I just made it angrier.
Yeah.
Good. Now prime the breaker.
Come on, Weka, you got this. Please be fast. Is it all frozen? Okay, no, it's working, It just takes time.
No sign of that thing.
He's still underground. This is not a good thing. It knows you're down it, doesn't it? I love Batcher. So you could just, I love it. So it's such a well-trained animal. It's actually just a part of the team.
We'll try to dig through.
You'll try.
Glad you heard me properly.
Come on. Nice. Okay, is this... Oh, come on, you're racing against the clock.
We have to make sure the worm is past the perimeter.
Yep. Where is it? I love this, them working as a team. Okay, you seen it? Good.
Not yet. Where's the worm? I can't find it.
Okay, where is it? It's not even near you, is it? Is it gone for Weka?
It's past the perimeter.
Turn on!
Activate the sensors.
Bringing them online now.
Come on, this is gonna make Batcher very annoyed. Ooh. Come on, up, quickly, up! Hurry! Come on, why aren't the perimeters on yet? Oh, you're so close, come on. Okay, it's working. That's an effective beacon. Ah, go on, Batcher, scare it off. You two friends now? I'll take that as a yes. Saved your lives. Loyalty, come on, great. Ah!
They always work it out. And I don't even see any blood this time.
About time, so everyone's now happy and good.
Do you think the intel we recovered will help you in Rex?
We're closer to finding and freeing those clones.
Very good.
I wish I could have done more to help them.
And you did exactly what you're supposed to do. Got out of there.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna eat her. She's definitely gonna have to go and fight Hemlock and try and free the clones. It's personal now.
I thought I knew what I was getting into with the Empire.
You're mistaken, you're gonna apologise.
I was being a good soldier.
Okay, you apologise now, Hunter.
I've made mistakes.
I have regrets too, Crosshair.
They're not going to rescue him?
All we can do, keep trying to be better. And who knows, there just might be hope for us yet.
Okay, good. Optimistic. Nice. Still want an apology that you didn't try and save him? Can he shoot the bird? I'd really love it if he shoots the bird. That thing is like such a resemblance of your trauma. No shooting the bird. I mean, I guess there's meaning in letting it live and just letting it fly around there. It's still keeping you reminding of what happened here. And you should remember what happened here. This is the reason that you turned against the Empire. It's the reason that you've come back to the good. Okay, that was such a nice episode. Just getting to see, I guess, the team get better and the episode served as just a cleanser. It brought everyone back to where they should. Yes, Tech is gone, sadly, but it has it's brought the team back together, and that's what it's meant to do. That whole ending fight I loved, because it showed Hunter and Crosshair, who are like the leader and the one that betrayed, they're back together, they're working together, and that's the way it should be done. And they're not going to sort things out just by talking. They need to fight together and actually get along in that way. But yeah, Crosshair was obviously the star of this episode. Just seeing him back on this planet was really sad. And the way, I love the scene where he was putting the helmets back where they should be. Not on the floor, he put them back and respected them. Amazing. It shows how far he's come. Thinking he was superior to the regular clones, to honouring their sacrifice. Stunning. Omega is definitely sort of the centre of the season, I guess, now. She has this personal conflict with Hemlock. That's, I think, where the series is going to go. She has to now free the clones from Tantis. That is her goal. She hates Hemlock so much. That's what it's become. She needs to free the clones from them. That's what she's holding on to. She's holding on to the guilt now of leaving them behind. She knows everything that's going on there. She was in the privileged sort of position where she wasn't technically being experimented on, but she's seen what's happening to all the other clones. She knows she has to get back and help them. Yeah, very happy with Wrecker and Echo sort of being good for Crosshair and not sort of being the same way Hunter was. So they were pretty much more open-minded to him coming back. So happy with that. So that not everyone was against him, it was just Hunter. And that, it feels more balanced. It had one against one. All the others were sort of very much open to him coming back. Goes to show that Hunter has the more personal feelings towards his betrayal. He cared, he definitely was hurt more by he was hurt more by Crosshair's departure than the others. Yes, it still hurt them, but they're still in the sense that it was under the chip. They're not taking it personally because they know about they know about the chip, and of course, Hunter's coming at it from the point of view of keeping Omega safe. He's much closer to her than a lot of the others, so he's more angry at the fact of how it involved Omega. I really loved what Crosshair said to Hunter at the end. So he was angry at him, and he had every right because Crosshair sent the message to stay away, to leave him, and just to warn them that Omega's in danger. That's what he did. He risked his life to do that. Hunter ignored it, but yes, they all ignored it because they wanted to save him, but that was Tech pushing, and Omega obviously saying, we need to save Crosshair. They all ignored it, but Hunter is the leader of the group. He takes responsibility for ignoring it. And then the result of that was Omega getting captured. And he's angry at that, and he's angry at Crosshair for sending the message, even though it's his own fault because he's the leader, he has to take responsibility. I love that Crosshair pointed that out. He isn't the only one that's in the wrong, there's also blame to be put on Hunter. And yet Crosshair still, it only happened then that Crosshair sort of displayed the anger. Hunter was displaying his anger throughout the whole episode. Crosshair was actually restrained. He wasn't sort of shoving it in his face like Hunter was doing constantly. Yeah, Crosshair's definitely still my favourite character. Since Tech is gone, Crosshair's definitely my favourite character. He takes the cake easily. Okay, I really enjoyed this episode. I love that it was character focused and just developing the characters because it was so needed. You can't expect them all to come back together, to be reunited and everyone be happy. That, I think, was definitely too much for me to ask. But I love that they just gave a whole episode to getting the team back to where it should be. They gave so much time just dealing with the conflict between Hunter and Crosshair, and they dealt with it in such a good way. They're both sort of to blame. It ended up getting them into such a good spot. Now going forward, they can work together, and I hope that it feels like it did in Clone Wars. I hope that this is the end of the animosity between them, that going forward, they can just work as a good team. But yeah, once again, Crosshair steals the show. He's definitely my favourite character at this point. Just seeing him back on this planet, It was so sad because we've seen what he went through here. The West didn't. And I kind of wish they did show Hunter and the rest of them the security logs just so they could see what happened. Because I'm sure they must have had cameras. They must have had some kind of recording of what happened there. And I wish they had seen that, because then that would have gotten rid of all their distrust, all their doubts in Corsair immediately, seeing what he went through. Because all he said was that he killed an Imperial officer or commander, whatever he was. And that was it. And that's what he said the betrayal was. And he said that they betrayed him first. That was it. He didn't explain the whole Mayday situation, how he was treated, how he was basically expendable. He didn't explain any of that. And it's just so sad that I guess they're never going to fully realise what he went through. I think my favourite scene from this was probably Corsair putting the helmets back on display, or not display, back on the boxes. He treated them with respect. So obviously the Imperials, when they were cleaning out the base, chucked all the helmets away and just chucked them on the floor. That was it. Completely disrespectful. Corsair put them back, and it shows how far he's come from thinking he was superior to the regular clones to actually respecting the ones that sacrificed their lives and lost their lives to the Empire. Hunter in this episode, he started off as kind of annoying. I know I was going to be annoyed anyway just because of the animosity between everyone and all of it. But I like how in depth they went with it. It's clear that his anger comes from trying to protect Omega. That was shown at the start, where he didn't want her on the mission because he's still being overprotective. I guess, does he not realise how capable Omega is at the minute? Because she's insanely capable. She escaped from Tantis. She got Crosshair out. She saved Batcher too in the process. She's incredibly capable, and I really hope it doesn't go back to season 1 territory with how Hunter treats Omega. I want because that, I feel like this whole situation could make their relationship regress. And maybe he'll become more overprotective of her, which would be such a bad thing to happen. Like, he lost her once, he doesn't want to lose her again, so he becomes more overbearing. But it would just crush her so much, and I really don't want that to happen. I want her to be an equal member of the team, not just a kid that they have to protect. Yeah, still really love that even Crosshair pointed out that Hunter is still to blame here, and that is why he's angry. He's not angry at Crosshair, probably is, but he's also angry at himself for letting Omega get captured. It was his responsibility as team leader. You lost Tech, and then you lost Omega. All of that is the responsibility of the person in charge, which is Hunter. He may not be directly responsible, but he still has to take responsibility for it. And he probably didn't even realise that he was channeling all of that towards Crosshair. So I'm so happy that Crosshair was the one that pointed out and just let Hunter realise it. And I'm hoping that is I'm hoping that's the dynamic that they can bring to the group now. Crosshair sees everything, so maybe he can even see what's going on in terms of the relationship, in terms of what's going on with people emotionally or just in their head. Because I'm hoping that the team does feel different now. I'm hoping it, because it's got to feel different. I don't think we'll get the same feeling as what we did in Clone Wars with Crosshair back, because Tech is still gone, so it's not going to feel the same, but I'm hoping it feels much different to the rest of the season, so the rest of the whole show so far. And I hope Crosshair can sort of fill a void that's there, and he can do something more than what he has. I hope that he gets a bigger role than just what he did in Clone Wars, because he was just the sniper. I want to see more of his dynamic with the rest of the group. I loved Omega's part in this. She was basically one of the only adults here. Hunter and Corsair are acting like children, and Omega was the one getting in the way and just sort of she was getting in between them and being the mediator of both of them. And I love that she's taken that position. She's no longer just a little kid. She is part of the group, and she is so owning it. But I also love sort of the guilt she's carrying from leaving all the clones on Tantis, because she did the right thing. And I love that Echo was on to remind her of that. You had to escape. You did the right thing. You got out, and now you have the chance to save them. You can still help and save them even if you're not there. But like, the guilt she's feeling just honestly shows that she is not a kid anymore. A kid wouldn't be thinking all this. She has become so mature and so grown up that now she's thinking of the consequences. She's thinking of trying to save all these people. Yes, it's the moral conscience within her, which I still think I would like more to be done with in that way, but this ultimate goal of her trying to save all the clones, that's what I want, and I think she's the perfect character to try and drive that home. But I do think she's going to have to understand that sacrifices do have to be made. You can't save everyone, and that there is sort of a moral grey to all of this. She's trying to do such a big thing. And like, they killed off Tech at the end in season 2. So just going forward, I have no idea I feel like they're going to have to lose something big to be able to win at the end of all this. Wrecker and Echo definitely had more supportive roles in this episode, which I did like. They were pushed more to the sidelines, and they seemed pretty much okay with Crosshair. So I do like how that balanced out and left it focus on Hunter and Crosshair, and just not Crosshair with the rest of the group. Maybe that's something they can continue down the line. But I would prefer if the team could just get on now. And I kind of like the position that it put Wrecker and Echo in, that they don't share the animosity that Hunter has. They're pretty much okay with it, because Wrecker kept Crosshair's armor. Love that. Like, he said it didn't feel right throwing it away. or getting rid of it, whatever he said. But I love that he has that sort of attachment to it, and he still, because that shows that he had a hope that Crosshair would come back, and he was proven right. I also like how Echo's involvement now with the Bad Batch is still quite linked to his bigger role with Rex, because Echo's whole purpose here is to get the intel and try and find Tantis to complete the more larger mission, and that's what his role. And now coming back into the Bad Batch, that's still his role. He's still sort of guiding the mission for the bigger purpose. So he's not just there for the ride, and he's not sort of just shoved to the background. He has a very pivotal part to play in this whole thing. Feels much better than from what he was in season 1 and 2. He feels like he's got such a larger role that not only helps him with dealing with where he needs to be, which is in with Rex, but also makes him feel like a part of the Bad Batch and makes him feel like he has more to do. He doesn't have to be away from the Bad Batch to feel complete and feel like he's got purpose. He can still be with them and still complete his purpose. Yeah, the fight scene at the end, absolutely love how that dealt with Crosshair and Hunter's relationship, because that's how it needed to work. There was no way they could just talk things out and everything be okay. They need to go through combat with each other. They need to try and save each other. They need to be loyal to each other, and that is how they fix what's broken there. The Ice Worm, I guess, was such a good use for that. Because yes, they could have gone against an Imperial army to do things and sort of get better. Then I think that just bleeds into more of the distrust. Oh, what if Crosshair turns back? What if he does this? I like that it was the Ice Worm that was the antagonist here, rather than the Empire. Because it's a common enemy. It's not something that you have a history with. It's something new that they can just fight with, not have any questions of, and just have the innate instinct to survive and beat this thing. You don't have questions about whether or not Crosshair knows any of the enemy. You don't have questions of whether he has ties with them, or he might feel sympathy, or to display distrust between him and the enemy. That could come later. Maybe they'll start questioning his trust again when they had to fight the Imperials. But right now, I love that it was just some creature that was trying to kill them, and the only question on anyone's mind is, how can we survive? That was it. The other concerning bit, Crosshair's hand, that has been brought up again. That was kind of absent in the last episode. They brought it up in episode 3, but not here. No, not in the last one, but they brought it back here. So his shots have decreased in accuracy by 50%, or they're only at 50%. That's not good. So you have to so he needs to fire around 2 or 3 times to actually get it. That's not good for Crosshair. That's such a big step down from what he was at. I'm hoping... I don't see, in my mind, I don't know if it's linked to the experiments or Crosshair's trauma. I'm hoping it's the trauma, because then that could be fixed. If he can get past what he's been through, he could improve his shots. He can snap out of it. If it's experiments, it leads to the question, is it permanent? Does he have nerve damage? That's the sort of more permanent worry in my mind. It's such a big part of his character that he has such awesome shot. He's a sniper, he needs it. So to bring this into question, I don't know if it would stay and stick, or maybe he can learn to work around it. But it's a very concerning thing, especially in combat. I don't know if he's actually told any of the Bad Batch that, though. Omega knows, but I don't know if Hunter, Wrecker, Echo know. So I feel like this could also bring up the distrust again. If they go back into combat and realise that Crosshair can no longer shoot how good he used to, maybe they're going to be angry at him for not telling them and not being fully open with everything. Also, there's more of a funny thing, but I just really love Batcher had a good role in this, that she was able to sort of dig out the space. She was so useful in this. She isn't just a pet, a cute thing that's along for the ride, that's just a companion. She's actually proving to be very useful and fill in gaps in usefulness that the Bad Batch have. Digging stuff out, being able to hear the frequencies, being able to track Hunter through the ice. She's already proving to be an amazing, useful part of the group. I think that's just something I love about this show. They can bring anyone into the group and make them immediately useful. They can find gaps in skill that I didn't even realise that were missing and just fill it so seamlessly. But yeah, going from here, my idea for the rest of the series, I guess, is set up here. They need to free the clones. That's what has to happen. So does that mean all of the clones are now on Tantis? Because I would assume some, very few that remain in the Empire are still working and they're being forced to retire, and that means they're being shipped to Tantis. That's it. That's not the retirement plan they're being experimented on. Some have escaped and probably living happy lives, like Cut. Was it Cut? Yes, Cut. And others are joining Rex. So that makes me think that the actual huge population of clones are on Tantis. So they're all there. So they need to take that down, and then they can free all of them, and then everyone can live happily. So yeah, it's nice to see that they did make it back to Pabu, so that is their safe haven that the Empire can't track. Yes, you have comings and going from Echo, which does concern me, because that means there's ships moving. That could set up red flags. Maybe someone could spot them. triangulate where they are. That would be very bad. But I trust Echo. I doubt he'd let himself be trapped like that. So Pabu, nice safe spot, amazing. And it means Hemlock all this time throughout this episode would have been very annoyed not being able to find any hint of where Amiga is. I want the next episode or an episode soon to just cut to him quickly, show what kind of stress he's under, that he's failing miserably and he's had no leads on where they are. I want to see this guy unravel and torture himself. But yeah, just looking closer at where the show's going, it's clear that this season is proving that the show is very personally focused on Omega. She started the show, and now it's going to end with her. She is the centre of all of this. She's the centre of what Hemlock needs, and now she has the guilt and the motivation to free the clones. She is at the heart of all of this, and I love that it's so personal to her, and that now she has a personal villain in Hemlock. I want a showdown between these two. We had a hint of it in, I think, the first episode where they had that intellectual battle about whether or not Batcher would survive out there. Omega won. She beat Hemlock in that battle. So I'm hoping that that can be done again in a more, I guess, grand stakes for whatever the final of this season is. Because it's clearly, these two are going to go head to head. Omega and Hemlock. And I cannot wait to see what that's going to look like. But yeah, with that said, that does bring me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one for Season 3, Episode 6. See ya!